Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris and I just got done watching Ma. And with Ma, it tells the story of a couple of teenagers who ask an unsuspecting lady if they can buy them beer. From there, the group of teenagers befriend the woman and then stranger and stranger things begin to happen. That's all pretty much said without giving any spoilers. So you guys, this is a spoiler-free review. Now, when I first saw the trailer for Ma, it looked pretty interesting, but a few things were catching my eye like, I don't know about that. Like, for one, Octavia Spencer, great actress, I love her, she's even won an Oscar. But to me, she just seemed kind of off for this role. Like, I don't really see her being the menacing, creepy type. And then you watch this movie. When you get talented people who have been recognized by the Academy and put them in a horror movie, they exceed tenfold. Octavia Spencer does a great job with the character of Ma, really gives you unbelievable creepy vibes, and at times in this movie helps you understand her side to it. Because another benefit of this movie, it's not just as simple as a crazy lady who just gets attached to random teenagers. There is a story behind it. Some trailers have ruined it, so stay away from them, but there's still a lot of little mysteries in here that they will unpack. And when you get layers of those mysteries coming out, you go, man, you know what? I kind of get why she's doing all this. Jumping to the teenage group of friends, they are as typical as any teenage group in a horror movie. You do have your very cliched, I'm the popular girl, so I'll say popular things. I mean, there was even a line in this movie where she told the new kid in the school, like, oh, shame you don't want to come. A lot of cool kids will be there. Cool kids don't talk like that. But when you do get past their stereotypical introduction, once they're in the movie, you know what? These characters are pretty fun with each other. You understand the relationships, and there's even a little connection between the new girl, the main character, and a boy in this movie, and you know what? They're kind of sweet together. So they're not as awful as you would think. They're just very stereotypical of the characters they're playing. Popular girl, new girl, guy who's eventually going to join a frat and a fraternity and always be making noises like, woo! Those kind of kids. Other than me mainly enjoying the characters and the story that they were going with, awesome benefit factor, especially to a horror fan, is towards the end they don't hold back on what they show you, and which is what I really like, because this is a rated R movie. But even with that said, most of the film, about 70% of it, is a slow build up. It's you developing these characters, finding out their backstories, how they connect to each other, and then those last 10 to 15 minutes they really show you things that make you squeamish, that make you go, oh my god. Some creative things in there I'm like, God, that's fucking frightening. Octavia Spencer really kills it in this movie. So obviously by now you can tell I'm praising the movie. I really did enjoy it, but it's not gonna surprise me if there's a lot of people out there who come out not completely liking the movie for a few reasons. One of the biggest reasons is these characters make some of the stupidest decisions. It's your classic cliche of why would you go back there, out of character moments, and then they do certain things that you know isn't in the character that they've built into the movie, but they need to do it to set up a horror scene. Also, along with me saying the trailers spoiled basically the connections in this movie, pretty early on in the film you get an idea of where it's going and why this is all happening, so the film does become very predictable in that aspect. There are no huge surprises other than the way she goes about killing some people. But even with that stuff aside, I think you'll still have a really good creepy time with this movie. It's a rated R horror film. This could have easily have been some crappy PG-13 movie, but the fact that they kept it R, and this is more of a psychological thriller of you finding out, damn, that's messed up, I don't know if I'm on her side or their side, is what really makes this sort of stand out and not your typical horror movie. So for Ma, I'm gonna give action 1 star. Like I said, it's kind of a slow burn. A lot of it is character development until that final act. Comedy in the film, I'm actually gonna give it 2.5 stars because there were a lot of good comedic moments in here sprinkled in between the horror scenes. Drama in the movie, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars because, like I said, it's a predictable story. You know where it's going and what is eventually gonna be unraveled, but they still develop it in such a way that even when you know it's coming, it's fascinating to see, and it puts you at a crossroads of whose side am I on. Horror in the film, I'm gonna give it 3 stars because those final scenes, pretty frightening, pretty creepy what they do there. I know there was a lot of moments where I was squealing and thinking, oh crap, this girl is demented. And suspense of the film, I'm also gonna give 2.5 stars because one of the benefits of slow burn movies is you do build up that suspense, and you know what, when the payoff comes, it is rather nice. Casual fans, I'm gonna give it a B-. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it a B+, and critically, I'm going to give it a B-. For Ma, I recommend you watch this in theaters. So that was just my opinion on Ma, guys. There's really a lot to unpack here. I can understand why some people might get confused by the story because there's a lot of background stories, especially with the kid characters. So I most likely will be doing an ending explain / spoiler discussion. So be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for that. But let me know your thoughts on the movie, if you're excited for it or if you already saw it. What did you think about it? Did you find it fun, or were you rather if it's too slow for me, not enough action? Anything and everything, leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.